Hello YouTube. This is Cryptbeards. It's a Dwarf Fortress series, and if you're joining us now for the first time, you're in the wrong place. We're like nuts deep. We're more than nuts deep, we're neck deep, and it's still a sexual metaphor, so, you know, that is pretty deep. I mean, and I'm not talking head first either. I mean, seriously, go back to the beginning and watch from the start, otherwise this is going to make very little sense. To be fair, even if you do go back to the beginning, it's not going to make a whole heap of sense, but you might get a little bit more of a handle on what's going on. So, bye. Go on. Don't worry, we'll still be here. Unless YouTube collapses and all the videos vanish, we'll still be here, don't worry. Okay. Bye. Good. Right, now the rest of us who know what's going on-ish can all crack on. Let's go down a few floors into the... Hello? Why are my hotkeys not working? Ah, Jesus, it's so far back I haven't got the hotkey for this double cavern. Never mind. Let's go down a few floors to where we can hopefully find the vertical tunnel that was connecting our two cavern layers. Here it comes. Are we ready? There it is. It's on the side there. If we go down to the deepest level, I should be able to send some military down here and expand our exploratory boundaries. Let's do that. So it's S, Shift A, B. That's not right. Stop that. S, there we go. Shift A, Shift B, M for move, and then we clicky with the enter key right there, and we wait for them to come down. Shouldn't be too difficult. They should come along sooner or later. It'll be good, don't worry. Everybody remain calm. All we've got to do is stare at this pretty tedious blank screen and everything will be fine. While we're waiting, actually, let's go up and I'll designate some of these little bad boys for mining out, which means our miners will get down there. There we go. I'm guessing the miners are going to turn up before the military do, because if last session is anything to go by, the military seem to interpret their orders somewhat more loosely than you would imagine a real-world military to do so. Let's see, chat looks a bit excited. Hello, Archimedes. When did I go live? 17 minutes ago and 58 seconds. So, not too long ago. I've literally only just started recording for YouTube, so I wouldn't panic, Archimedes. Everything's fine. Maybe you've missed the notification? Twitch was being a bit weird. It wouldn't let me use the words polar bear ejaculate, but it was absolutely fine with polar bear spunk and polar bear jizz. So, I know. What the fuck? Come on. Let's use... I mean, what next? Am I not allowed to say penis or vagina? Am I only allowed to say cocks and cunts? Is that all I'm allowed to say? I don't know. Seems silly to me, but oh well. Scoundrel has so many viewers now he needs to dissuade people from watching. Yes, I do. Otherwise they... Oh, hello JC Experience. I missed you popping in there. I have to make sure that we only get the best viewers, the finest viewers. We have to boil the viewership, like literally boil them in a vat. Have the good ones evaporate off the top. We condense them down into a new viewership, and all the dregs, they stick to the bottom of the pan of the original chat. That's how it works. I think. Let me quickly catch up. What's wrong with ejaculate? I guess it's less spunky than jizz. I don't know. I don't understand. I think maybe it's a more unambiguously sexual word, whereas spunk does have an American interpretation, which does not include, you know, cop flob, or what other word can we use for that material? What was the word I like? Sexcrement. That's one from Richard Herring. That's what he calls it. Let's pop this down here. Get some more military boys down into this cavern. Come on. Expand my knowledge of the cavern layer. Deep down, deep down. S-A-B. Here we go. Hopefully we'll get down to the bunny cavern nice and quickly. There we go. That's good. Ooh. I forgot about these green gems. Let's dig those out. Let's dig them out while we're here. I'm actually pretty far away from the screen. Maybe I should zoom in a bit. That is helping. Oh, yes, I like that. Right, go down a bit further. Ooh, we've got some more gemstones to be dig out. To be dig out? Come on, Scoundrel. Speak English. Some of the English as a second language viewers are relying on you to make sense. Otherwise, they're going to be sitting there scratching their heads going, I don't know. I spent a long time learning English, and this doesn't make any sense to me at all. This seems like bunkum. This seems like poppycock, Tom Noddy, absolute fiffle-faffle. There we go. Let's pop my military down there. Oh, you have discovered an expansive cavern, deep underground. Well, much like Jamiroquai and his collection of unusually sized hats, we're going to continue with this and go deeper underground. Deeper, deeper underground. But how far deep? How deep down can we go? How deep is your cave? How deep is your cave? I really need to know. Let's zoom out a bit again and get a bit of a lie of the land, see what's going on cavern-wise. Because I'm thinking, because we want to hit a bit of the cavern where we can actually go on the ground, don't we? Okay, from this floor, I'm going to dig up a little tunnel, a little bit like this. Ready? Here we go. There we go. And then I'm going to say, let's go down a few floors, probably only one or two, I'm guessing. There we go. And then we unpause and see what happens. Hopefully our miners will get down there nice and quick. Also, if I say A, B, we can cancel these military orders so they can continue their training and perhaps have a little bit of time off. Maybe some carousing, a little bit of boozing, a little bit of eating, a little bit of dancing, who knows? Personally, I am only fond of two of those, and only one of them really, when it gets down to it. I like a bit of eating. I kind of like a bit of boozing, not as much as I used to, but I really dislike dancing. I find that something to be, personally, very unpalatable. I'm not a dancer. Not a dancer. Right, they're heading back. It doesn't look like my miners actually give even a semi-fuck about that area. It's mainly because they're occupied with the gemstones I've told them to fuck around with. Once the gems have been winnowed clean from the wall... Winnowed? Winnowed? Is that a word? I think it's a word. I feel like it's a word. Let's have a quick look. Let's Google it. W-I-N-N-O-W-E-D. Winnowed. Winnow. Blow a current of air through a grain in order to remove the chaff, or of the wind to blow. Winnow. 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 Okay, obviously I don't understand what that word means. I do now, but I didn't. So now we do. We all know what a winnow is. There we go. Everybody winnow. Lovely. Egg magma. I think fuck custard certainly gets the idea across. If you said to someone egg magma, I would think of yolk. I don't know where everyone else minds goes, Orchimedes, but I definitely think fuck custard conjures the image of spunk more than egg magma, definitely. Where are we going to go here? Can of soda. I'm not going to be staying for too long, but hey, scoundrel. Hello, can of soda. You need to get yourself a proper desk already. I've got nowhere to put a proper desk. That's the problem. What I need is a second ironing board I can use when Kel's doing the ironing, because that I can actually fold up and put away, and then I've got something, to use. Whereas, a desk, an actual PC desk, is going to be completely useless because it takes up space I don't have. I can't have any kind of permanent setup because there's nowhere in my house to put it. That's the problem. It's alright though, I'm quite happy with the setup I've got. This setup here, not so much. It's a little bit funky, but, I can get used to it. It'll be fine. Winnowed away is totally a phrase. How big is my house? 3 bedrooms, 2 floors? That's not huge. Got 2 kids as well though, so that makes it... Oh, careful, Kel, the camera's on.
I know.
She's just come out of the bath. Be careful. There's pornography just off camera.
I'm not turning it around.
I'm not going to turn it around. I'm putting my hand inside of the camera to try and protect your exposed parts.
I'm going this way, up behind the camera.
Is there going to be room? Hang on a minute.
No, I'm going to get maybe something out of the floor.
Okay, well I can always shroud it like a kestrel. I can put it over the top like a bird of prey that we want to keep quiet. Look, there we go, my jumper. Actually, what am I talking about? I've got a special hotkey. I can just take the camera and turn it off. There you go. Safe. You don't have to put your boobs away now. Oh, they already are. Yes. Boo.
Our youngest is going to be annoyed with me.
Why? What have you done?
Found out, because our youngest uses that nice type of rock stars.
Yeah.
Apparently, her key stage also has an equivalent of that.
Oh.
And I found it, and I've got a password.
I don't think, in case you didn't hear that, our younger child has just, her class has just started using an online maths learning tool, and she fucking hates maths. So I don't think she's going to be... I can turn the camera back on. Okay. It was never really necessary to turn it off, but
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. So where were we? Yes. Yeah. She fucking hates maths, so she's not going to be happy about that.
No, she was hoping I wouldn't find out.
Really? Has she been keeping it a secret?
Yeah, she didn't mention it to me. I found out on Twitter.
She's only 5 years old. Such duplicity, such bloody tradecraft. She's going to end up working for GCHQ, I reckon,
Like her
which will
mother.
disappoint me deeply.
Her mother's manager.
Ah, dear, oh dear. Got a good view there. Anyway, where were we? Let's have a little catch up with chat. Get rid of your kid and replace their room with an office. Oh, it's not really an option. I mean, I can do that in probably about 20 years. Fingers crossed, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe they'll go to university or something. They don't have to, though. I mean, a big shed would do it. But we don't have a garden big enough for a big shed, so it's difficult. Where am I going to put a man cave, Kel? Unless we excavate my parents' house. Oh yeah, that sounds like fun. Fucking hell. I don't think so. Anyway, where were we? You say, I mean, you say that's large, Super Chaser, but for a family of 4, it ain't that large. It's pretty small. We had to have an extension just because our kitchen was the size of a fucking smaller than one of those vans you get takeaway food out of at the side of the road. That's how small our original kitchen was. But there we go. Streaming in the bathroom with your wife in the room is peak streamer brain. I'm not in the bathroom. Oh, I see what you mean. If I set it up in the bathroom, that would be, that meme where the light comes out of the head. And, you know what I mean. She was in the bath. She's not anymore. She's out getting dressed. In before Scoundrel got a boner now. Oh, come on, Super Chaser. I don't get boners. I have
Always got one.
It's permanent. Positively priapic. Just put your desk in the garden when it isn't raining. That might work in the summer, but it literally was raining a minute. Well, I say raining, it was hailing a minute ago, so I don't think that's going to work. Do I actually own the house, or do I just rent it? Complicated setup, really. I mean, I probably will be owning the house soon, put it that way, depending on how bad coronavirus is. A loft conversion tree? Well, the people we bought the house from, they actually had a full-size fucking snooker table up in the loft, but somehow they got it up there through a standard-sized loft hatch, which I don't know how they did that. It seems dangerous. Mind you, I don't think safety was high on their list of concerns. One of them at least did have a fairly serious heroin habit, so taking the insulation out of the loft was a bit of a hairy experience. I was like, is there going to be a load of needles in here? I'm not sure. Oh, but anyway, never mind. Let me close that door. Where were we? Let's get this other headphone back in. Kel's gone back downstairs. Kids in China that have to stay at home because of COVID were given an app to use for all their schoolwork. They all worked out that if they review bombed the app with a 1-star rating, then it would get removed from the App Store. No more homework. See, that's good thinking. I like that. That shows initiative. Well done, children of China. Sort of. Yes, I am ish soda. Yes. Technically, I'm paying my parents' pension with rent. Oh, thank you very much, Barlist. Much appreciated for the raid. Ooh, welcome, everybody. Welcome to join us. That isn't a grammatically correct outburst, is it? That's a little bit of a weird thing to say. But you're more than welcome to join us and more than welcome to stay. We're just having a little chit-chat at the moment. I should be playing some Dwarf Fortress, but my girlfriend walked in wearing barely any clothes, and I panicked and turned the camera off. Not the microphone. The microphone can stay off. You can't hear tits. Well, maybe you can. If an exceptionally large woman is running, you can probably definitely hear tits. Where was I? Milk expressing milk. A pregnant lady or a post-pregnant lady expressing milk. You can hear that as well. So boobs are not entirely silent. They can make noise. Just to be clear. Just to make sure. Oh, we've got a follow there immediately. And remember, take a note. More tit talk. That'll keep us going. Right, where were we? Hello, Tinky the Cat. Hello, Barlist. Hello, everyone else is still a regular, so that's cool. That's cool. Super Chaser, you're going to move again next month. Didn't you move to a fairly expensive inner city location last time? I think I've got a friend who lives in the middle of London and pays an absolute fortune for his rent, and I'm constantly saying, dude, move out of the city. For fuck's sake, it costs so much less. I mean, he could buy like a fucking mansion round here. Oh well, never mind. Let's kick down chat and make sure we've caught up fully. The other boob that is not silent is the bush tit. They are loud. Oh, the bush tit. Okay, the bird. For a second there I was thinking, oh? There's actually a bird called a blue-footed booby. It's a maritime bird, I believe. It has blue feet, but unfortunately, well, I say fortunately for it, it's not actually a breast. That would be a problem. Imagine that. Poor old bird, instead of a beak, it's got a boob. How would you eat food like that? That wouldn't work. It'd be terrible. I mean, it might be fun for a few minutes, but I think overall it's going to be a bit of body horror for the bird. Anyway, too expensive now I don't have an income. Looking for a job. Well, Super Chaser, with qualifications like yours, I reckon you'll find something. You'll be good. You'll be good. Anyway, we've got our fingers crossed for you, I presume. I have my fingers crossed for you, and hopefully the people in chat aren't so curmudgeonly that they refuse to cross their fingers for you, and as much as such superstitious activity can help. That's not a good... That looks weird. I have got crossed fingers. If I turn... You can see there, look, it's crossed, but look at it like that. It looks like I've got weird sort of thalidomide hands, except not proper, just the fingers. He has no hands, just flippers or fins. You all remember that? Remember Lobster Man? Anyway, let's get off of that subject. Canasoda says, also Scoundrel, I'm in a pretty similar situation. I'm renting about half of my grandma's house. That's the thing, isn't it? I mean, it's weird when it gets in the family, isn't it? Because it feels like cheating, but it's not, because I am paying market rate. So, you know, at least it stays in the family. That's the main thing. Boob cam is all over, JC. Boob cam is all over. Bush tit was as well, Rando. When you're as familiar with breast-based avian puns as me, blue-footed boobies just come straight to mind. You don't even have to think about it. They're just there at the front of the mind. Where are we going? You could work on modelling COVID-19 for epidemiology research. You could. Super Chaser definitely could do that. That's his milieu, his forte, his work world, perhaps. Is that a thing? Oh yeah, trailer. In fucking Canada? I don't think so. Fuck that. I bet living in a trailer in Canada's a bit fucking hairy during the winter, innit? Or maybe not. Maybe Canadian trailers are more sturdily constructed than the kind of ones you'd find in the UK. Maybe. Applied for research on child cancer. Oh, that's nice. Saving all those poor little bald children with the tubes up their nose. Well done. What a lovely person you are. Or, if that's just because it's a lucrative field, because people are desperate to save their dying children, then shame on you, Super Chaser. Just scratch off the correct column. I think I've covered all my bases there. That's why you're the pro streamer. You've got those booby puns on the tip of your tongue. I have. It's amazing. Anyway, where were we? I'm going to have to abandon chat for a moment, because otherwise we're just going to sit here babbling nonsense for hours on end, which, you know, some people think is the reason this stream is any good. But, you know, I like to think that the statistics don't lie, and Dwarf Fortress is a key aspect of what makes this stream succeed. So let's head back down into the lower cavern area, which I realise once again I haven't set a hotkey for. Come on, down we go. Oh, hang on a minute. Pardon me. A little bit of gut wind there, coming out of the more acceptable hole, so good. I like that. Let's come down here. Deeper. Ah, that's what we were looking for, wasn't it? You know what, I'm going to set that hotkey up. Shift H, F7, zoom here, name, Cav2. There we go. That sounds like a virus name, doesn't it? I've got a bad case of Cav2. Help me. Let's go down a few floors. How ironic. My fake simulated cough elicited an actual genuine cough. Sad. So sad. Where have my stairs gone? Oh no, I've lost... Here we go. Up the top. There we are. Let's pause it for a second so our miners don't run all the way back to the surface. And we'll say D-I, Binky Bonky, Dinky Danky Donkey. You know what? I'm going to take this all the way down. Hang on. Why is the number at the... Right. I want somebody to give me a little bit of a bit of insight here, maybe a bit of help, if at all possible, right? I know, or at least I'm intuiting, that the numbers here at the side and down here at the bottom, that indicates the level I'm on, right? However, as I go down from level 4, this number appears to be going up. So hang on, if I come up here, 2, 1, 0, what's level 0? What the heck is going on? Very confusing. I'll tell you what, now that I can see this is going to work, let's just dig the tunnel out like that, and then come over here, dig that out like that. Bosh. Lovely. And now we've connected up the cavern. It's going to be great. It's going to be fine. It may no longer look like a bunny where we penetrate it, but frankly, those of you who are hungry for bunny penetration might be a little bit sick. A little bit crazy. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, we're connecting up. We're going to get down there, and then hopefully we'll be able to do some exploratory mining and find ourselves a nice bit of adamantine. Oh yeah. Cavern, if you wouldn't mind, stand and deliver. Yoi money or your life. No? No one going for that? No one keen on the adamant references? Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I think that there's a romantic element to living in a trailer or a caravan, I think. You know, it seems like, as long as it's a mobile one, the traveller life has a certain pull to it, and then you realise at winter you're living in a very thin box on wheels instead of a house, and you've made a horrible error. Hello? What's this? Edem Uzolarithalot, the glassmaker, has created Rear Sobir, a green glass weapon rack. She offers it to the brown avalanche. Interesting. So the crash took us back to mid-mood. Very curious. Let's have a little look here and see what it is. The Ears of Release. Okay. Let's have a look. Maybe it's some kind of corncob dildo? Is that what they're talking about? I don't know. Let's have a little look. That's a very bad pun. I should be punished for that. It's obviously a green glass weapon rack, and it's ornate by the look of things. This is a green glass weapon rack. All crafts dwarfship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with octagon-cut lapis lazulis and oval quartzite cabochons, decorated with emerald-cut green glass gems and reindeer leather, and encircled with bands of oval green glass cabochons and rectangular red pyrope cabochons. This object is adorned with hanging rings of alpaca wool and menaces with spikes of green glass. On the item is an image of Elay spotted leopards, the goblin, and Ungokang crab-maligned, the goblin, in llama leather. Elay spotted leopards is cringing. Ngokang crab-maligned is laughing. The artwork relates to the smashing of the goblin Elay spotted leopard's upper right back tooth by the goblin Nkongang crab-maligned in the mid-spring of 93 during Utu Tosnak, the onslaught of seizures. Ooh, doesn't sound fun. On the item is an image of Moral Sword Fates, the dwarf in iron. Moral Sword Fates is weeping. The artwork relates to the destruction of the masterful menacing steel spike created by the dwarf Moral Sword Fates in the Brown Avalanche at Cryptbeards in the late summer of 503, by the rock Midor Lush Plays the Raw by melting at Cryptbeards in the mid-autumn of 503. Wait, let's just unpack that for a second. So, a rock, which is basically a giant bird, melted a silver spike in our fortress, which, I mean, yes, I did melt a lot of steel spikes, sure. However, it wasn't done by a giant bird. That doesn't make sense. Still, I like this. I like this because we've got a cowering goblin having one of his teeth smashed, a right back tooth, that side, smashed by another goblin, which is an intriguing picture, you've got to admit. I'm imagining like a dentist doctor with a mask on, a doctor goblin. I'm imagining, yeah, and he's getting in there with a pair of pliers and just crunching it. Not doing anything like combat-wise, just a medical procedure. Well, a pseudo-medical procedure. You know, goblin medicine. The kind of stuff you don't really want to get. Anyway, that's an exciting little item, isn't it? And seeing as we've got that, let's not lose it and do a quick save. We'll do it Treyguard style. QUICKSAVE. Quick save. Oh, I forgot to say spellcasting at the beginning. That's terrible. Dear oh dear. No worries, can of soda, you get to sleep. You have yourself a good snooze. Excuse me. I know, JC. Brown Avalanche is a fantastic name for a civilization, or at least for a government. It's a good name for a government. I mean, it rings true in this current era. Current government argument. Let's dig out into this cavern and see what we can find. Is this the floor? Did anyone mention what the zero floor was about? Or am I being too hopeful? Am I being way too optimistic? Seems, looking at chat, that optimism is the thing. Oh, what? Question mark? Hello? What's happening here? Why are we up here? Oh, Dragonfire, you've gone berserk. Do you mind? Where is he? Where's Dragonfire? I don't... Here he is. Look, that's him, down there. He's holding some kind of gemstone for a reason. For some reason. Obviously for a reason. Dragonfire, part of me is thinking to send the military in, because I noticed that, again, the fucking carpenter's workshop has been busted up. We keep losing workshops to these bloody tantrums. What do we reckon? Dragonfire, are you willing to take the hit? Are you willing to have the military come and suppress your troublesome activities, or do we allow it to continue and just keep an eye on the damage and repair as we can? I mean, ideally, I don't want you smashing up any workshops. Then again, the military might be a long way away. Nope, they're back up here already. They are perfectly poised to come down and kick your fucking head in. Which, you know, is not ideal for you, but for everybody else, it might be beneficial. We don't actually have any proper dwarven justice going on in the fortress at the moment. We don't have any kind of hammer dwarf or seneschal or it's not called a seneschal, is it? Sheriff. That's the thing. We don't have a sheriff or anything, so you're never going to get arrested and put in prison. So I mean, maybe we need hardcore violent justice. I mean, let's just quickly put quotation marks around that. Justice. I mean, you've had a serious mental break. Perhaps killing you is a little out of order. Maybe. Probably. I think so. However, I have never claimed to be a just human being, so let's kill you. Sorry. We're sending in the oily boys and the chasms of gilding. There we go. And I need you to kill creature at cursor, which just so happens to be Dragonfire. Don't worry, you can have another dwarf. It'll be fine. And then should we do the single frame advance? I think we should. We'll see how it pans out. In fact, maybe not. Let's press escape and let's just follow the berserking dwarf and see what happens. Follow berserker. Here we go. He's trotting around. He's killed a cat by the look of things. Uh-oh. He seems to be pinned in a doorway. Let's see how this pans out. Where is he? Whoa, just a minute. I've just noticed something there that needs to be looked at, but bear with me. The brewer is fighting. The metalsmith Dragonfire is fighting. Notice that you appear to have fought a kiwi cock, which is interesting. I mean, why just the specific part? I jest. I know it's a male kiwi, but nonetheless, it's a funny little pun, isn't it? Welcome to New Zealand? I can't do a Kiwi accent too easily. I'll try later on. Right, let's have a look at how Dragonfire is doing. Of course, because it's friendly on friendly, it's all blue, which is a little bit awkward. The dog latches on firmly. The dog bites the metalsmith in the head, tearing the muscle. The dog latches on firmly. The stonecrafter punches the metalsmith in the head with his left hand, bruising the muscle. The force bends the neck, tearing apart the fat. Ooh, sounds painful. I've never had torn fat, but I imagine it's a not ideal scenario. No, I haven't built a jail. I don't bother with jails, to be honest. I mean, you know, we've got a military that can deal with this. Someone's taken the gem he was carrying and is now pulling it back to the stockpile. Is he dead? Did he die? Let's have a look. Dragonfire, there we go. Struck down. Oh dear. The stonecrafter punches the metalsmith in the head with his left hand, bruising the muscle. The force twists the neck, tearing apart the fat. The farmer bashes the metalsmith in the head with his bronze crossbow, and the injured part is crushed. An archery has been opened by the attack. Dragonfire, UT, Zasil Dorim, Lissildem Olam, the metalsmith has been struck down. Oh dear. Poor old Dragonfire. Don't worry, we'll get you a new dwarf. It'll be fine. Fat itself should be without the nerves, so no pain. Or, well, that's true. There's no nerves in fat. Or maybe there are, who knows. But I feel like the force required to... You're going to feel it in the surrounding tissue, right? If you're tearing fat, which in my mind is kind of soft, gelatinous material, right? And the force required to tear it is going to be fairly substantial. It's going to be like tearing silly putty, right? You're going to have to go full force. Maybe not. Maybe I'm misinterpreting fat. Maybe my understanding of fat is flawed. A flawed fat understanding. Right, come on. Break through that wall. Come on, miners. You can do it. I thought you were legendary. Why so slow? Oh, look. We've broken into the bunny's head. There we go. Look, there's the bunny back. Yay. We're only gone down a floor lower than we were last time. Very, very pleasant. Lovely bunny breach. So... where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go now? I'm thinking we'll go on this floor and we'll do a nice searching mining array, right? That sounds like fun. And the first thing to do is to say dig from the stairwell from here all the way across there. Lovely. Maybe not quite up to the edge of the map. In fact, you know what? Let's do a nice wide corridor just for the initial one. And we're going to go all the way across here as well. Look at that. Bosh. And then off of that, we'll do some more exploratory mining. On floor 0, which I presume is a good floor to be on for finding adamantine. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. It's happened before, and it will probably happen again. Right, let's zoom back in again. We don't need to be this far out. That was just for getting a lay of the land. Have we dealt with our ghost problem? That's something we need to check, isn't it? Let's go to others. It doesn't look like we have any undead trotting around, which is good. I'm happy with that. We do have a lot of caged prisoners that we're going to need to deal with soon. And I'm thinking the best way of doing that will be with some kind of volcano nonsense. Some kind of volcano chicanery. Also, let's build a new carpenter's workshop here to replace the one that got smashed by a tantruming... What? Hang on. There we go. That got smashed by a tantruming dwarf. Not Dragonfire. That tantrum was after the fact. Oh, look, we've had 2 more of these workshops smashed up. What is this? This is not good. B, workshop, metalsmith's forge, bang. Pop one there, lovely. Give it an iron anvil. Any iron anvil, any iron anvil, any iron anvil. And we'll bung one there as well. Bosh, iron anvil, make it out of slate, bang. There we go. Let's get our studding going on again. Never have enough studs. Well, I mean, you probably can. But we're going to assume that we always want more.
It's come through. Can I have a read?
What is it?
Your report.
Yeah, no, if you want to read, that's fine. Yeah. No, but not out loud. That would...
No. I was going to ask you this morning to chase that up.
Oh, okay. We might have an email from the Nintendo repair people about the Switch controllers as well, actually. They started repairing it yesterday. Sorry, I'm just discussing the mail.
Youngest is very eager about that and all.
Yeah, we've had to send off the Switch controllers because we've got the Switch drift thing. You know how it just like goes off in a direction if you leave it. And apparently Nintendo are repairing them for free. I'm hoping so because they've got them now, which would be a problem. So if they want money for it, I'm a bit fucked. Yeah, if you're making that much bit of soup. Mwah. Thank you. Where were we? Nintendo have not emailed me. Don't worry about it. Let me just pop my headphone in. That makes more sense than popping my head in. Oh, we've got migrants, have we? El Migrante. Very exciting. Let's just let them come into the fortress. The gates are open. We can check them out in a minute. What kind of modifications do we need to make to the fortress here in order for goblins to be conveniently sacrificed? More to the point, what's this sort of weird nubbin doing here? Why have we got a vein pillar? Wow. Now there's an innuendo. There's an innuendo. Don't show your vein pillar on Twitch or you will get banned. I think maybe what we do is... Can we dig down a floor? Not really. Not really. It's basically a case of opening up an area to do a sacrifice in. I think if we make this corner over here a little sacrificial zone, and then that is magma, isn't it? Yeah. And what we'll do is we'll have a place to put cages, and then a retracting drawbridge, and then yeah, just leave things there. It's connected with a lever, right? Kind of makes sense, I think. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. First, let's build... is it J for a cage? It is J for a cage. I'm going to put a 3-wide cage thing here, but I'm going to pick one with goblins in. There's one. Let's do another one. That one there. X. Another goblin in a cage. J. X. Another goblin in a cage, please. Thank you very much. Once they're in position, we'll hook those cages up with levers, and then we'll start deconstructing the floor in front of them. It should be great fun. Right, let's go over to Dwarf Therapist and have a little peek at our new migration wave. That should be nice, shouldn't it? I bet the first time we do this, it's a Luma wipe. You bastard. I want the proper one I spent ages trying to figure out how to do. There we go, that's the transition I'm looking for. Let's sort everybody by migration wave, sorry. There we go. Scroll down to the bottom. Tee-hee, I said bottom. And we've got 9 migrants. They don't look particularly exciting. In fact, I would go as far to say they look pretty dull, to be honest. Let's check their military skills out. We got someone with a point in spear dwarfing. Not ideal. Not ideal. Also, looking at their other skills, look at this. They've got what? Is that toughness? And recuperation and disease resistance, topical, all reasonably high, but everything else is in the red. So strength and agility, I would say key military skills, inadequate. Inadequate, if I were to pronounce them unnecessarily floridly. Disappointing. Is there anybody new in chat who doesn't have a dwarf yet? Just to be clear, let's read out the list of people who do have dwarves. We've got a Raindog 2, Adusir, Anemic Libero, Bergendurf, Burnblack, Buttermut Squash, Katzan, Dragonman B, Dragon Slayer, Druid's Mead, Arian, Fuzzy Logic, Garnbergian, JC Experience, Kelly, my girlfriend, Clay Cree, Corlinga, Meat Spike, NATO Christian, Nunchaku Chaku, Ocelot, Plutonium Jesus, Rando 303, Shizoo, and Tidy. If you're not on that list and you want a dwarf named after you, feel free to ask, and I will oblige. It's not like we've got a shortage of dwarves. We've got 154 unnamed dwarves. You've already been reincarnated. Were you not listening, JC? You're in the list. Look, here we are. Let's expand it again. Hang on. My mouse is being fucky. Stop it, mouse. There you go, look. JC Experience. Bong. Bish bash bosh. You're in. Within the last week, she felt satisfied at work twice and uneasiness after seeing a dead body 3 times. Well, from that we can intuit that you are not a mortician. Good, good, very good. Anyway, let's head back over to the labour screen and into the game. Because we can, right? Because we can. We've got our new migrants in. It's all good. No need to worry. We need to go down to the lower levels though. We're all about adamantine right now. We're all about locating adamantine. And it looks like our mining tunnel, our exploratory mining tunnel, is well underway. And with a few inclusions in the wall. Let's get those dug out. Let's get all of the stuff we can find. Excuse me, burpy burpy. There we go. Excuse me. I got the sniffles all of a sudden. I love this music. Kogu-san is just amazing. Koganu-san, sorry. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not call it by something that it's not. Okay, there's another little vein of doodahs being dug out. A vein of doodahs. And another vein. It's nice. Lapis lazuli, though. A different material. So. Anyone got any hot strats for finding adamantine other than just, doing exploratory tunnels all over floor 0? I'm guessing floor 0's got something to do with, optimum depth. Yeah? We're about right, aren't we? Because I think this is the second cavern layer, but there's only 2 cavern layers. Go further down all the way, says JC Experience. I mean, I don't want to accidentally penetrate through. Have you walked through all the cave? We haven't yet, so maybe it makes sense to get my military having a little explore. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get the military down there. Let's have them walking around and checking out what's what. What is what? It probably makes sense to zoom out a little as well. We are quite close in, aren't we? There we go. Where's our border? There's a border. S, A, B, and then we press M for position, and we move our military lads and lasses there. That should yield results fairly rapidly. We'll see. We'll watch the entryway and see if our military comes spilling out. They should do. They should come flooding forth from the tunnel pretty rapidly, but it's not a guarantee. The hill titan Ishlam has come, a huge one-eyed pterosaur. It has 2 long curly tails, and it moves deliberately, as opposed to randomly. Its brass scales are round and set far apart. Beware its webs. I feel like I want to get this down in the caverns, webbing up our traps. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll find out. We'll see what we can do. Let's press enter. Keep it paused for now. I think, of course, we need to say military alert, civilian alert, please. Get everybody into the building. Where exactly is the Hill Titan? That's quite important to figure out. You go here. It's there on the bottom of the screen. And that's not ideal because that's actually pretty close to the fortress. Then again, there shouldn't be too many people out on the surface, so we should be able to lock ourselves in relatively easily, he says. So let's unpause, let all of our boiks get indoors. Come on, people, indoors, Oh my god, there's hundreds of dwarves outside. This is decidedly suboptimal. Right, let's do another quick check of where the Titan is. How close are you? Oh, fuck. It's super close. Oh dear. Oh dear. How many dwarves have we got left to get in? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dwarves coming in. Any further afield? Not too far. It's all good. Okay. Gonna unpause briefly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we need to pull the lever. I don't think we can guarantee everybody's safety. Where are they all coming from? They're flooded out. I didn't see them before. Oh, let's see where the beast is. I think we're going to have trouble stopping it now. I think I've been a little bit too lax. Okay, now. Okay, we're pulling. Add pull now. We're going to have to pull that one as well. That is the right one, isn't it? Oh, stop it. Stop it, game. That's the Civ gate. Add pull now. Good. We're going to lose a few people, probably standing on the ridge, but we'll see what happens. Right, back to the surface, unpause. Where is the beast? Oh, the beast is in! Shit. Okay, we've got problems. We've got serious problems. Time to call the military back up from the cavern layer to kill this beastie. Kill, kill, kill. Kill the beastie, kill the beastie, kill the beast with your military. And we're going to have to zoom in and follow it, I think, because things are looking rough. Let's do a one-step advance, just to see what gives. It's right there. We can follow it carefully. We'll see how things pan out. The brass scales worry me. That makes me think, oh, we've got a dead lad already. That makes me think it's going to be a problem. That said, we have a high probability of it webbing up cage traps and killing itself. If we can get this internal gate to shut, not killing, capturing itself, if that closes in time, we have a chance. Oh god, the military are running over that gate right now. Plus, no, don't do it. Forgotten Beast is up there, that's good. That's good. We've still got some people coming in. Hopefully they'll distract it. Not the miners. Not the miners. Don't do it. Don't let the miners die. That's suboptimal. Holy shit, he just exploded into a puddle of bones. That's not a good sign. Get distracted by the cat. Fight the cat. Run back out to the guy who's standing on the bridge to the right. Go get him. Go get him. Ooh, it's heading off. It didn't kill the miner. It did now. Our mace dwarf has been found dead. That's suboptimal. Yeah! Okay. My lunch is ready. If you bear with me, I'm just going to... What do we do? Do I go and get my lunch now? Or... I'll tell you what. Cliffhanger. It's a proper cliffhanger. How many people have we got watching at the moment? I'm not actually watching myself. I should probably try and get that cheeky free view, shouldn't I? Are we all good for me to stop for a second? Have you walked through the cave? More likely to bump into it that way than digging. Is there an end to how far you can dig down? There is. There is a magma sea at the bottom area. I mean, webs are exciting, aren't they, Tidy? I think the ideal outcome here is the bastard goes over the cage traps and webs himself in. Right? Seems like it could work very well. I mean, we've already lost a few dwarves. Oh, difficult. Difficult. I'll tell you what. I'm taking a quick lunch break. I might bring the soup back up, but it depends. We'll see how prepared it all is. Headache. So, without going too mad, those of you watching on YouTube, thank you very much for doing so. I'm going to pause the recording now. Hopefully I'll remember to start it again when I get back. Oh, look at that. It's only 47 minutes long. Relatively short. See you in the next one, YouTube. Bye.